Hello there, friends, and welcome to your virtual classroom. This is Peter Bubble, and I am your friend who's going to teach you what you are looking for, which is virtual assistants. And a lot of you have come into this group. Welcome, everybody. There's three areas that many of you have come in. Some have come in here to become a virtual assistant. Some have come in here to be a virtual contractor, and others have come in here to be a virtual consultant. All of these things are great. It pretty much uses the same platform. The difference is the application, where a virtual assistant is mostly students. When they come out, they can be the virtual assistant. Virtual contractor is somebody who's already been employed at least, and they've been laid off, or somebody who have at least been employed and they've got a set of skills already, like they are a teacher or a mechanic or an accountant or a lawyer, and they're already good at what they do. We're just simply trying to help them to virtualize what they do using different platforms, so that while getting customers and doing hands-on jobs, they can also get customers in the digital space and do their work virtually, talk to people, create text, create content, video content, audio content. But at least in the field of helping people, you're not only doing hands-on jobs, you're also using virtual space as well. And we have our virtual consultants, which are people who are about to retire or have retired, and they have a vast array of experience, knowledge, skills, and they should pass it on to the next generation. In fact, if they do that, they can really multiply themselves, and they can really grow a huge consultancy, and they can make a lot of money simply by just sharing the knowledge. It's no point taking all that knowledge to the grave. You should share it and actually build a really good business. So many of you in the group right now, you're here to be either one of these: a virtual assistant, a virtual contractor, a virtual consultant. So welcome everyone on board. In the next 30 minutes, I really want to help you all to learn three things that should be taught in schools. All of us should know these three things like the back of our hand, and it's very important that if I show you guys these things now, if you're a grade 8 or grade 10 or grade 12 student, know that if you know these things, you can always create your jobs anytime. And that's really the case here. A lot of people are unemployed because they don't know how to create their jobs. But if they do create their jobs using these three things that I'm going to tell you now, that's basically the whole point of this video. It's getting you guys to know how to create your own employment. So before we get into that, I want you all to know that you're here to create your page. I'm here to help you to know how to create this opportunity for yourself, this just job opportunity. So you're not here so that I will employ you right now. No. But there's more than a million SMEs locally and internationally that need help, and that's why I noticed the need, and I'm saying, okay, everybody's unemployed. Let's all be virtual assistants, because there is a real need for that. So the three things that I'm going to cover in this training video, and it's also the three things that should be taught in school, and I really hope that in the next 10 years these three things will be popular in the country. No one will be unemployed if everybody knows these three things. And it's the three things that I want if you're a school teacher, get the school principal and all teachers to watch this video, because these three things is very important. And once you get this, talk to your school, teach your students, and get everybody to know these three things. So the three things I'll cover in here is: number one, you just got to be a virtual assistant. You need to know how to be one. Everybody should know that. So that's number one. So number one, to cover setting up your business, your virtual assistant business. Number two is personal branding. Number two is actually marketing. Once you set up your business, you should know how to market your business. But if there's a million virtual assistants all marketing the same services, how do we separate ourselves? People might say that we might compete. Well, actually, we won't compete. We will collaborate. I'll get into those details. The most important thing is, once you establish yourself uniquely as a personal brand, you could do what everybody else is doing, but people will know you personally. Like you guys, some of you know me personally already, some haven't. Some just came in because of the link. But I've been working on my personal brand to the extent where people know me. And that's it. Once people know you, they know SME Resource Center, you can really separate yourself from everybody and establish your unique value. And that's it. If people want to come to you and work with you, they know your brand, they know you, they come to you. So setting up your business, number one. Number two is marketing, and marketing is specifically personal branding. Once we establish that, you should be good to go. And people will come to you once they know you, they know your page, they know your brand. That's number two. Number three is business development, the third thing that should be taught in school. If a student that comes out from a school and they know business development, they can walk into any company right now, or walk into somebody's small business right now and tell them, hey, I can run your Facebook page, I can create a Facebook ad, and I can run the ad, get inquiries, I can attend to those inquiries, and I can do all the follow-ups. But most importantly, I know how to get new customers, retain existing customers, follow up on old inquiries, and bring in new business, new customers, and make more money. I know that. I've learned that in school, and I can do that for you. And like I said in my post, every business today, yesterday, tomorrow will always need new business, will always need new customers. There is no end to getting new business, or to the thirst and hunger of getting new business and new customers. It's just like food. We have to be eating every day. Business must consume new business and new customers every day. So because that will always be a need. You're like the cook. You'll have to always get and cook and feed the business. So if you're good at that, there's no chance that a company will reject you. The more business development people they have as virtual assistants, the more business they get, the more money they make, the more profit they make. So they're gonna say, come in, sure, take a seat. Here's your computer, here's your phone. Get the business, start bringing them in, and that's who you are. So these are the three things that should be taught in school. But these are three things I'll just go quickly through in 10 minutes, and it's 30-minute video. Once you get the idea, and in the group itself, I'll put down the instructions, specific instructions. If I don't cover anything that you want to know, ask me. I'll write it in my next post and put it in here. But most importantly, this is where you listen to this, and then you come into the page and you start asking me questions, and let me create content for you, create your instructions for you. And this is where you should learn exactly how to run this business. But more importantly, you know how these three things that were not taught in school, and that's why this virtual classroom is here to provide you with these three things, that when you don't get it in school, you get it in your virtual classroom, which is number one, virtual assistants, number two, personal branding, and number three, business development. Okay, so before I go into the detail of these three things, let me give you the three reasons why we should be virtual assistants. Number one, no man is an island. So somebody who's an SME right now, they need support. Everybody needs support. Nobody should work singular. Everybody should be collaborating as a team, as partners, getting business or helping people, but in collaboration. No man is an island. That's rule number one. Reason number one. Even God doesn't work alone. He's got angels. Jesus didn't work alone. He's got disciples to work with him. Even Adam, when he was working alone, God said, hey, this guy needs a complement and a helper. He needs help. So right now he's looking down to all these SMEs and say, these guys need help. I need to train these virtual assistants to go in there and help them. That's how important we are. We are a complement and a helper to so many SMEs right now. So you are needed. So that's number one. No man is an island. You're needed. We should be virtual assistants helping people right now. That's number one. Number two is scaling. Businesses need to scale, and a virtual assistant is the very person to help them to scale. Many people have been operating as one singular entity, and they've been doing that, and they're still doing that. They're still one person. So how do you scale? How can you employ somebody at the minimum wage if you're an SME? If you're still micro, how do you grow beyond that point? If it's $3.50 or $5 per hour, how do you really cover the cost? So it's expensive to get your first employee. But a virtual assistant is just $200 a month. So you're already getting somebody for $100 a fortnight. But that person can do so many things, and most important, that person can bring in new business, more money, and you can make more money. So that's why it's really good to make ourselves available so people can scale. They now have this virtual assistants available to them to just say, okay, I need 2, I need 3, come in and let's grow. So number 2 reasons why you should be a virtual assistant is because SMEs need you to scale. Otherwise, they'll still be the same where they are, under a lot of pressure, getting a lot of jobs, but trying to make ends meet, but they're just there. Reason number 3 why we should be virtual assistants is because people are dying, literally dying. Work pressure. There's SMEs that are working and working, and they've literally created their own prison where there's a lot of clients and they're attending to clients, and the SME seemed like a dream. It's now a nightmare to them. There's just so many work, and a lot of people have worked themselves to death and a lot had died. And apart from that, there's people who are currently employed and they're working themselves to death. Some people are just, they can come out, they can resign, but who else is going to help them to put food on the table? Who else is bringing an extra income? You see, some people are feeding children and grandchildren right now because there's no other person to help them to put food on the table. There's no other person doing business development. But imagine if you had a virtual assistant that brings in extra income, another virtual assistant that brings in extra income, another one, 4, all 5 of you put food on the table. That's very good. That's what you make available to a person who is currently employed and cannot come out because they're stuck. They're the only breadwinner and they don't have extra people to create the extra income. That's where you come in. And within that one as well, apart from work pressure, there's the pressure of debt. A lot of people have debts to pay and they're not making the extra income, and then they need the extra hands. The loan sharks are chasing them down and they're giving lots of excuses. Some are playing hide and seek right now. You are that help, because when you create that extra income, they can pay off the debt and then they can make the extra to put food on the table. You are that help when you really come through. So those are 3 big reasons why we should be virtual assistants right now, to help our friends. Otherwise, they'll be stuck, they'll be struggling, and they might die, literally, from work pressure and debt pressure. So without further ado, let's get into it. So number 1, setting up your business as a virtual assistant. There's 5 things that you just need to know. I'll get into the details in the group, but just 5 things that I'll highlight here. Number 1 is create your business profile. If there's something posted in here that gives you an idea on creating your vision and your mission and your objectives and your products and services and your pricing, grab it, copy paste, and use that format. If there's nothing in here, tell me and I'll put it in here. But I'm pretty sure I put something already. That's number 1, establishing a business profile. Number 2, choose your services. Now, I've already listed down services that you can do in part 1 and part 2. When you get in there, you see those and you copy and paste them onto your profile as well, choosing your services. Number 3 is decide on your pricing. I also believe I've put the information there, and let's all agree that virtual assistants should be $200 a month on taking care of inquiries and doing follow-ups in people's Facebook pages or LinkedIn pages. So if you're there, your pricing should be at least 200 kina a month. And if there's extra things that your boss wants you to do, like create a database of the clients or make customer phone calls, you just say them, okay, an extra $100 and I can do it for you. If they want you to write a business plan or a business proposal, say, okay, another $100 and I'll do that for you as well. So on a fixed rate, we are $200 a month, but as an extra, they can always throw in an added extra, because we are the person who has time to do that for them. They don't have time to do those things. So that's number 3 is choose your pricing. Number 4, your paperwork, documentation, legalities. It's very good for you to start now, but it's excellent if you can register your consultancy. Have anything to say consultancy, like Peter Bubble Consultancy, Peter Bubble Virtual Services, something like that. Create your own page, and that should be good. I mean, register your business. So go to IPA IRC and get your bank account done. We got a really good friend who does it for $500. Boy House Consultants. I'll share his link as well. He does a really good package for 500 kina, where he will do your IPA, he will do your IRC, and he'll also do your logo and your business profile, and he'll do your bank account. All that in a day or 2 or within a week, and get you on the road very quickly for $500. That's a really good package, and that's my number one recommendation every time people want to do come to me for IP registration and stuff. Boy House Consultants is the one for you. Number 5 is choosing your platform and creating your platform, which is your Facebook page and your LinkedIn page. So once you've done all these things and you're registered, or even if you're not registered yet, you come to the step number 5 and you create your Facebook page and you create your LinkedIn page. You start putting yourself out there now. I'm this person, I provide these services. If you need help, this is who I am, this is what I've done, this is what I can do. Start showing people what you can do. You can't get business if you don't show people your portfolio, your track record, your experiences. It's like creating your CV, but you're putting it out there as a page where people can message you directly. Your CV is useless in your house, but it's useful if it's converted into a Facebook page and put out there, or a LinkedIn page. So those are the 5 things in setting up your business. Number 1, creating a Facebook page. Number 2, choosing your products. Number 3, choose your pricing. And number 4, register your business. And number 5, create your pages on LinkedIn and Facebook. Do these 5 and we should be good. Now that we're set up, let's go to number 2, personal branding, which is actually your marketing. So we're going to use personal branding to be your number 1 marketing tool. The very thing that separates you from everybody else, makes you unique because you're unique. And it's the thing that schools didn't make us. So we were all just students, or we were all just employees. But once we start to stand as individual brands, personal brands, we start to really stand out. So what are the 5 things that help you to establish your personal brand? Number 1, point of view. So I'm somebody who always likes to post every day, and I normally post my point of view, or I give people an insight, a perspective on a matter. And because I do that every single day, I sort of like indirectly show people what I can do, what I am, who I am, or what I know. That establishes my brand as Peter is somebody who understands this. Peter is somebody who knows this. Peter is knowledgeable. Peter is insightful. I've been doing that because of me just simply posting my point of view. That's number 1. On politics, on business, on agriculture, on tourism, post your point of view. Give people a piece of your mind. That's number 1. Number 2, personal stories. Now again, I'm somebody who shows a bit of my family history, a bit of my own history, where I've come from, some of my struggles, who I am now. Personal stories is the very thing that makes you unique. You know, people feel threatened when they're saying that robots and computers and machines can take over our jobs. They can't take over you if you're a human who's been struggling, who's experienced hatred, who's experienced love, hospitality, greed, and all that. We as humans, we have experienced life, and it's through our struggles that we become who we are. And when people know our personal stories, they connect with who we are. And we care about people. If machines could care about people like we do, fine, multiply 1 million of them so we have 1 million people caring for each other. Machines can't really do that. And that's where you can be unique. Your personal story makes you unique. Your personal story makes your brand. And that's the part where machines will never beat us. We'll beat them because we have personal stories. Number 3 is positioning. Positioning is when you position a person, yourself in a person's heart and mind, that I want to go to Peter because he's going to help me with this. When you think this, you think him. When you think this, they think this person. When you think about cooking and food, probably you're thinking of Chef Jules or anybody that's good at that. When you're thinking computers, you're thinking of a particular person because they have established their positioning. They've become known for something. You do that as well. You try to establish yourself, become insightful in a particular subject matter, and that makes you who you are. That's positioning. So you post your knowledge in whatever particular field that you know you're good at, and you establish your position as somebody who's an expert in this, who's got experience in this. That's positioning. That's number 3. Number 4 is pitching. Now, pitching is almost what I do every single day. Every single one of my posts is actually a pitch, but an indirect pitch. Only one post I've put is a direct pitch where I'm saying, are you currently employed? join my group. The whole post was a direct pitch, but everything else I only pitch in a way where I show my expertise or my insight in something, and people see this and they can be aware that I know this or I've experienced this, and then they come to my inbox and say, hey, I'm interested in this. So you have to be good in pitching, and pitching is the way you structure your post. You open up with a really good question, and then you put your entire content in there, and in the end you put a punchline of, so do this, join this, click this. The call to action is your last sentence. You drop it there and that's it. That's a really good pitch. But try to educate people, try to give so much free content out there. It's a way of establishing your position, but at the same time it's your way of pitching. But don't make it look direct, make it indirect. Okay, number 5 is your partners. Remember, we don't have to work alone. No man is an island. So you have to start off as one and find 5 other people in this group, or maybe your own family or your friends in school or somebody, and team up, and all together 5 of you is now an agency. So, and each one of you supporting each other makes each one of you 5 agencies, because you're this person and you have these other 4 as your subcontractors, and if this person gets a job, these other 4 are the subcontractors. If this one gets a job, the other 4 become sub. So even though you all stand as individuals, because you're all collaborating, you're all as agencies, you can take on any number of jobs. Because if one of you markets really well and gets 10 jobs, you can only do 2. You do 2 and you send the others to the others. They'll return the favor later when they get so many jobs and they give you some. So if we really do this well, we can serve people well, and that also blesses our personal brand, because we become people who can deliver. Some people, they want to do a one-man job, and that's where they get killed. Where they can't deliver because there's too many jobs for them now. Their plate is full, but their marketing is good. They bring in more clients, and then they start to not deliver on some, and that's when they affect their brand. That's why it's important to work as a team. So 1, 2, 3, and 5, you do these things, and it's going to establish your brand. I partner with versatile virtual assistants and a couple of other friends, so I'm good. If I have 1,000 of you guys coming to me, I'll just push the jobs to the others and we share. And I'll be still good as a coach and a mentor and a leader in this area, because I got extra hands as well. We're not just simply telling people that they should have extra hands. We too must have extra hands. So these are 5 things to establish yourself as a brand, and that's going to really give you the edge to your marketing, so people can know you and they'll come to you. Your point of view, number 1. Personal stories, number 2. Positioning, number 3. Pitch, number 4. Partners, number 5. Do this, establish a personal brand, become unique, and there'll be no competition, because you are unique. We know you. We'll come to you for whatever you're going to do. That's personal branding. That's marketing. Make yourself sharp, and that's it. People will come to you. Post every day. Post your point of view, personal stories. Establish your positioning, your expertise. People will come to you. Pitch. Number 3. The third thing they didn't teach us in school, but we should know, is business development. Business development is 3 simple things. Number 1 is reaching out to people, whether it's through calling, emailing, meeting in person, giving you a business card, or running a Facebook advertisement where it goes out there and collects inquiries. And what do you do next? You attend to those inquiries. You talk to them. You make a sale, you make a sale. You don't follow up the following week as well, or the month that comes after. If they buy, they buy. If they don't buy, that's it. It leads to number 3, which is follow up to the people who you already served. Help them if they need help. If they're satisfied, get a review, post it out there. Business development is the very thing where they taught you in school. And when you come out, or if you're currently employed but you know business development, you can always go to a company and say, hey, I know how to get new customers, new business. If you need me, let me know. If you need new business and you need more money and profit, I'm the guy for you. I'm the girl for you. They'll take you in. Because you want to know what? Every business, every single day, will always need new business and new customers. It's like food. New customers and new business is food. You need breakfast, you need lunch, you need dinner, and you need it every day. There's no day you're going to live without food. The same with business. They will always eat customers and new business every day. So they need somebody to help them with that. That's you. That's us. We are people who bring it in. That's how important we are. That's why it will never be difficult for you to get a job, because you're somebody who knows how to get jobs, and people need you to get jobs. So how do you do that? 5 things. Number 1, create powerful ads, like the one I created that got a couple of you here. It's the way you post. Pitch it good, you get people in. And number 2, you sponsor the ad as well. On your Facebook page, put $5, it goes out there, it brings in more people. I've been using that, and I brought a couple of you in as well. That's running the ad, sponsoring the ad. Number 2. Number 3, you attend to all inquiries that come into the page. Hi, how can I help you? They'll be asking, what are your products and services? Where are you located? What are your contact details? How do we pay? You attend to all that. To attend to them, you need saved replies. You need frequently asked questions. I've covered a few in my previous posts. If I don't, tell me. I'll cover it in the next couple of posts in the future. But learn how to attend to all inquiries. That's number 3. Number 4 is do all follow-ups. Every month, if you run ads, you're going to get 300 people every month, and you're going to forget the previous 300 in the previous month. So you'd have to do follow-ups. Hey, how you doing? If they bought it, how's the product? If they haven't, are you still interested? Find out. So do the follow-ups. That's number 4. And number 5 is sending out invoices. Use the applications like QuickBooks, Quick Invoice Maker. I use Invoice Home. Be quick to when people say, okay, I'm interested in this. Okay, that's good. How many do you want? 5. Okay. Do you want me to send you a pro forma invoice? Yeah. Okay. Give me your details. Bang, bang, bang. Shoot it straight from your phone. Invoice goes, money comes. You do that, and you will always bring in money for the page that you're taking care of. So those are the 5 things that you should be doing every single day, and you'll bring in more business and more customers. Number 1, create ads. Number 2, sponsor the ads. Number 3, attend to the inquiries that come in through the ads. And number 4, do all the follow-ups. And number 5, once you follow up, once they want to get things, send invoice, bring in the money. That's it. So if you didn't learn that somewhere, you're learning it now. And in detail, ask me in the group, ask me to create a post, I'll create it for you. This is your virtual classroom. This is where you're going to learn these things for free. This is where you're going to ask me, and I'm your virtual coach and your mentor. I'll guide you through. But hey, we need 1 million virtual assistants in this country. Some other countries might need you too if you're posting on LinkedIn. There's people dying out there with pressure from work and pressure from debts. You are a blessing if you really do your job. You're a blessing if you take these 3 things into account now. You become a virtual assistant, you establish a personal brand, and you do business development every single day, and then you will be somebody who people will seek. You'll be somebody who's a blessing tomorrow, today. You can start offering yourself once you master these 3 things. And that's really the opportunity that I called you all out to do. And it's a real opportunity that all of you can look into. You can go to YouTube to watch videos, or you can Google this and read about it. But if you want a shortcut, just simply ask the question below any of my posts, and I'll go in there and answer you there, and I'll also create a future post that covers that. So that's it. There's a 30-minute video where I simply wanted to help you all to know that you all came into this group because you saw the ad and you saw that I said that you can be a virtual assistant, and I just told you that how it's possible and how can you really make yourself somebody that people want, people need, and they will seek you once you start putting yourself out there. And we have to educate people. Many people don't understand virtual assistants, and they don't know that they need help because we were not available in abundance. Now we want to make ourselves so available to all of them. So those are the 3 things that you need to know that are not taught in school. Know these 3 things, do these 3 things, and you'll be a blessing to anybody that needs help right now. So number 1, become a virtual assistant. Number 2, work on a personal brand. And number 3, do business development every single day. Do that, be that, and that's it. You will almost not need my help. But let's all be in here as a really good community, so that we can continue to support each other, get business, give business, share business. But we can really help people in this country. We can really help this country. We can even help friends overseas who's dying, who's under pressure, who's working alone. We can be a blessing of that. So This is from me, Peter Bubble, going out to you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.